Billy the Kid. Not many names conjure such a colorful picture of the Old West as Henry McCarty's alias. Yet, as with any person both famous or infamous, rumors of survival have persisted. Multiple people have claimed to be Billy, not just limited to Brushy Bill and John Miller. In today's video, released 141 years after the kid's death, we take a look at a piece of evidence that contradicts many of those stories. If you talk to most, you would hear that Billy's body was washed away during floods from the Pecos in 1889 or 1904. Yet a document from 1906, this being a survey during the moving of military bodies, shows the kid's body still present. The survey was done by Charles Dudrow, who was contracted to move the bodies. In his drawing you can see spot 28 marked for Billy, while 30 and 29 are members of his gang. These being Charlie Bowdre and Tom O'Folliard. So while yes, the floods did happen, and yes, the original headstones did get destroyed, the body of the famed outlaw and his pals remain. Question now, using this drawing, can we get a better idea of the true location of Billy's body?
Hey Culz Paranormal fans, today we're in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. We obviously stopped by to pay our respects to Billy the Kid. We wanted to kind of put something to rest that he's not buried here, which he is buried here. Actually, we have this nifty little survey. It was done in 1906 because what they were doing was they were moving out the military burials to move up to Santa Fe. And so if you see, it's more actually like this, how we are standing. And Billy's going to be number 28, at least based on the writing. It says Billy the Kid, and then 29, 30 were the members of his gang. Whether it be Bowdre and then O'Folliard or O'Folliard and Bowdre. So what we're going to do today is attempt to try to locate the exact location based off of this map. Something that did help was that they kind of give us that midpoint here. And so we're going to try to go off this midpoint because it looks like he's just off of it. And then he's just a little under a third. So we're going to take a look, see if we can't find it. Alright, so if we pan over here, you can actually see what the cemetery looks like today. It's actually quite headstoneless, and that's obviously due to those floods. And so the waters rushed up, destroyed a lot of things. Some of the bodies were uncovered. That's where a lot of these stories of Billy's body got washed away, no one knows where it is originated. But we have the survey that says he was at least here in 1906, well after the floods that most of the people use. Now what we did, like we said before, we were trying to find that midway line. We think we got it about here. And so using that, we're going to kind of just follow that midway line that way. We know he should be off of it just a tad, almost a third the other way. So it's going to be a kind of a guess for us. We'll see how close they got it. Let's go. Alright, so we're following that midway line, and we're trying to get kind of about a third, which kind of helps. They have a gate to get in, so that helps us. And so according to the 1906 survey, Billy would have been right about here where this bump was. So it would have gone Billy, O'Folliard, and then Bowdre's not in line like you see today. And obviously these were done after the fact just so people could still have a place to come and pay the respects to Billy and the rest of the regulators still buried here. Obviously all the headstones were washed away in those floods, but Billy's body was not. He's not in Hico or Hamilton. He's here in Fort Sumner. Case closed.
So thank you guys for joining us on this episode. We definitely have a lot more Billy the Kid content coming up, as well as some shorts we'll release today, so check those out. If you enjoyed us looking at some of the arguments used for both John Miller or Brushy Bill, and want us to do more, let us know in the comments below. Another argument is the people in Fort Sumner will tell you that is the true grave, but even the museum was really open when asked if the grave had actually been washed away. It wasn't, but the headstones were destroyed, so it was kind of a best guess estimation at the time. So luckily we have this survey, and even though Henry McCarty might have been shot down by Pat Garrett in 1881, one can't help but think as they drive those roads in New Mexico, looking out at the sun in those wide open spaces, the spirit of Billy the Kid still rides on.